Fehu, the first rune of the Elder Futhark, a symbol of wealth, abundance, and energy, yet also a warning of vigilance and balance. In the hands of our ancestors, Fehu was not just a letter. It was a concept carved into bone, wood, and stone, a tangible link between survival, prosperity, and the flow of life itself. To wield Fehu was to understand that abundance is never free. It comes with effort, awareness, and the recognition that energy, like wealth, moves, shifts, and must be tended. Fehu represents cattle, the original measure of wealth in early Germanic societies. To possess cattle was to possess life itself: food, clothing, labor, and status. The more herds a person controlled, the greater their standing in the community. But to lose them could mean disaster. Yet Fehu was never only about livestock. It symbolized vital force, the living energy that sustained family, tribe, and survival. Carving Fehu into amulets, marking tools, or even scratching it into boundary stones was a way of focusing intent on prosperity and protection. Fehu carried a natural duality: gain and loss, growth and decay. It reminded its users that abundance could vanish as quickly as it appeared. This wasn't a moral judgment, but a recognition of life's rhythms. What you hold must be guarded, and what you fail to tend will slip away. Wealth is more than material. It's energy, attention, influence. Modern psychology shows us that the way we represent value in our minds shapes our behavior. Fehu, in this sense, works almost like a mirror of our inner economy. Think about this. How do you treat your time, your relationships, your body? Each is a resource, just as real as money or possessions. If you waste them, you feel drained. If you invest in them, you feel growth. This is Fehu at work, not in the world outside, but within. Psychologists talk about attentional focus, what we choose to notice, what we keep coming back to. When someone carved Fehu into bone or wood, they weren't just decorating. They were setting a mental program, a reminder. Remember your wealth, remember your responsibility, direct your energy. In modern terms, Fehu functions as a cognitive anchor, training the mind to orient toward prosperity with awareness. There's also the principle of loss aversion, the tendency to feel the sting of loss more strongly than the pleasure of gain. Fehu embodies both sides, the joy of plenty and the fear of depletion. Engaging with this rune is a way of rehearsing resilience, not only celebrating what we have, but preparing ourselves to guard it, to recover if it fades, and to keep moving without letting fear dominate. At a deeper level, Fehu connects to self-efficacy, the belief that you can shape your circumstances through deliberate action. This rune encodes agency. It whispers that prosperity doesn't fall from the sky. It's generated, sustained, and preserved through conscious choices. So when we engage with Fehu today, whether by drawing it, meditating on it, or simply reflecting on its meaning, we are practicing mental discipline. We are training ourselves to see resources clearly, to tend them wisely, and to act with intention. How do we bring Fehu into our daily life? Number 1. Observe your resources. Take stock of your energy, time, skills, and material possessions. Notice how they move, how they flow, and where they leak away. Number 2. Mindful action. Every choice shapes your abundance. Fehu teaches deliberate attention. Invest, nurture, protect, and redirect energy where it matters most. Number 3. Engage with the duality. Prosperity and loss are both natural. Recognize that depletion is part of the cycle, and vigilance is the key to sustainability. Number 4. Symbolic practice. Draw Fehu. Number 4. Symbolic practice. Draw Fehu, carve it, or meditate on it. Let the rune serve as an anchor, a reminder that abundance and vitality require constant awareness. To use Fehu was to enter into a pact with energy itself. You give, you tend, you receive. The rune becomes a reminder that wealth, whether cattle, coin, or vitality, grows only through care and conscious engagement. Fehu was not only a mark of ownership or a tally of cattle, it was alive in the world of ritual. Archaeological and written sources suggest it was carved into amulets, inscribed on tools, and even placed upon cattle horns. These weren't superstitious. They were symbolic acts of alignment, tying the flow of life to the human will. A farmer might mark a wagon with Fehu to bless the harvest, or scratch it into a money pouch to tether prosperity. Offerings of milk, grain, or a coin could be paired with the rune as a way of feeding abundance, keeping wealth moving and alive. But Fehu's magic was never about creating riches from nothing. It was about directing the current, ensuring the herd stayed healthy, the storehouse full, the household thriving. It taught that abundance is not a possession to hoard, but a flow to maintain. To use Fehu was to enter into a pact with energy itself. You give, you tend, you receive. The rune becomes a reminder that wealth, whether cattle, coin, or vitality, grows only through care and conscious engagement. Fehu is the first rune, but also the first lesson. Prosperity is never passive. It is bound to movement, awareness, and responsibility. As we continue through the Elder Futhark, rune by rune, we will see how each symbol held not only the survival strategies of our ancestors, but also timeless insights for the way we live today. The runes are not relics. They are living tools. And Fehu reminds us that true abundance, material, energetic, or psychological, begins in how we see, tend, and direct the flow of life.